Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. Sorry for kicking the table a little bit. It is Saturday. Saturday means we're going to do some speed duel, but a quick update. We did have one dueling fan that did show up for Trick or Treat, and so the Blue Eyes deck has been passed off to a new player who's going to have some fun, I guess, when their friends see their brand new deck. So, cool. It was awesome. That said, let's get into today's deck. Today's deck is going to be the Cyberdarks, and we went ahead, we sort of did like a huge update on this. The skill card we're going to be using is one of the Zane skills that we flip over to activate. We're going to be using Scheme. Now, we're going to be using Scheme because we got two effects. We can use each one of them once per turn. Or sorry, once per turn we can activate one of the effects. Once you may return a face up or face down Cyberdark you control to the hand, reveal it if it's face down. If you do, immediately after the skill resolution, normal summon one Cyberdark. Anybody who's familiar with like swapping cards out, this is easy. Secondly, I'm assuming this goes at like normal spell speeds, so it's not going to be a quick play thing, so you're not really dodging anything. More or less, this would be an effect for like the Cyberdark Cannon and Claw, I think it is. They get an effect when they go from field or they go to the grave while they were equipped. So again, by resetting the equip status, you'll be able to go ahead and bank into more effects or like just situationally trigger one. And then once per duel, send one monster card in your spell or trap zone equip to a Cyberdark fusion monster to the graveyard, then equip a monster the opponent controls to that. Cyberdark fusion monsters gain attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped to it by this skill. So again, sort of like a big spot control, let me take your boss card type deal. Very fun stuff. So to start the deck, we're going to be playing two cards in triplicate. We're going to be playing Claw and Cannon, and we're going to go over them one by one. So the first one will be Cannon, and again, this is a dragon. So this helps out the original machines that equip dragons thing. If this is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can draw a card. So again, Cyberdark Scheme can let us draw real quick. Use each of the following once per turn. You can discard this card from the hand, add one Cyberdark monster from deck to grave. This is good. During the damage calculation, if a monster equipped with this card battles, you can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. So again, this is going to help us set up big plays. And then, of course, Claw is the other dragon that was added to this. If this is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, target a Cyberdark in the graveyard, add that to your hand. So again, like you could grab back like the cannon, so this way you could discard a cannon or whatever you like here. And then, of course, you can add that to your hand. You can use one of the following each per turn. This one discards to add Cyberdark spell or traps from the deck to the hand. Or during damage calculation, if a monster equipped with this battles, you can send a monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. And that's important because you need to know how Cyberdark Dragon works. We'll get to that right at the end. Next up, we're going to play one of each. Edge, Horn, and Keel. We never really use them for their effects. They're here for their names. That said, each one has the effect that when normal summoned, they target a level 3 or lower dragon in the graveyard. Equip the dragon to themselves, gaining attack equal to the dragon's strength. In this case, it's 16 or 16, and they're all 8s. 16 and 8 is a quick 24, so they each become a beater in their own right. And then they each get an additional effect, which is fine. We don't need to go over those effects. We're going to have a 9 monster card base in this deck. Moving into the spells, we're going to quickly ramp up our Limitless cards with 2 copies of Book and 1 Cyclone. Again, Book is good for defensive / selecting what kind of effects are going to resolve from the opponent. Cyclone just helps us with the back row. We're going to run 1 copy of Impact. And we're running 1 copy of Impact because, as you guys see, it's a Cyberdark spell card. And the first time we find a claw, we have access to this. So that means 4 in a 20 card deck means 20% of my deck is either this card or gets me this card. And that's some pretty high numbers. This allows you to fusion summon 1 Cyberdark Dragon from the extra deck by shuffling Horn Edge and Keel from hand, field, or grave back to the deck as material. So again, it just recycles the baby dragons, or the baby machines, to put them back together, and will constitute the large one. And again, this is our summoning method. This is why I don't mind throwing things away. It's good. And since I don't mind throwing things away, we're going to have 2 copies of Foolish Burial. We're going to hit the tier 2 limits with these. So this is good. This is good stuff. You'll notice I didn't have a Night Beam. It's because I'm going to take the tier 1. I'm going to go MST Cosmic Cyclone. I'm going to keep my back row disruptors at quick play speeds. So I'm either paying 1,000 to banish a target or nothing to just destroy one. Should be a little more selective in this deck. And then, of course, if you ended up somehow with a Cyberdark without, one of the dragons minus the machines, you might need some survivability. So we are going to add in 2 copies of Shrink, again, half the original attack of something, and 2 copies Lost Wind, which, when a monster is special summoned, we can then target it. It'll lose its effects and half its original value. And if they choose to special summon from the extra deck while this is in the discard pile, we can go ahead and set this from the discard. It will get banished when it leaves the field the second time. But yeah, it's just really good stuff. So there is the main. Pretty proud of it, so it's an alright build. Go ahead, take the screen cap or pause and make some notes, and we'll be right back with the side and extra decks. Alright, we're going to start with the side deck. Now, I think this is going to go without saying that since the skill does allow us to vacuum clean something from our opponent's side, we've got the Shrinks, we've got Lost Winds. A double Dahlgren is actually going to fit really well. It's going to allow us to kaiju through a card. It's a possible 3k bonus for our Cyberdark Dragon, bringing it up to a massive 4,000 points, which is, in fact, if that was the only monster they have, game, since this is Speed Duel. But it allows us to just really play into this. Again, like usual, I do keep an extra Lost Wind back here. And the reason is, Dahlgren is a special summon, guys. So we can immediately half it and bring it down to 15. So it's all good. Plus, if we get both of them in our hand, we play one to our opponent's side, play one to our side. Then we could shrink down theirs. We could beat over it. It's always a good time. 1 copy Mind Crush tends to work out really well against a lot of decks. If you guys aren't in love with like the double Dahlgren or the 3rd Lost Wind, you could double up on this. This would be fine. But as metas settle, this is something that we're going to see more of. Just because you will know what is going to be in their hand at a certain moment, and it's good to be able to break the combo that way. And then last but not least, we're going to be playing the Waking of Dragon like normal. 2 copies. Again, we got enough stuff going on in the back row that the opponent should want to MST, Cosmic Cyclone, Night Beam, whatever, destroy, break, hit up our back row. And we don't need them to do that. So this will teach them a lesson. What can you play? You play anything out of your main deck, obviously. You can play the Dahlgrens if they're in the main as well. But you can also special summon from the extra deck, anything that could be special summoned. So just read wording. A lot of good basic cards like Blue Eyes Ultimate and stuff, they fall under this. And again, I find myself over-explaining this card because not enough people understand it. It's just a really good, fun card. And again, like I'm a casual duelist, that is a great casual out to a way a competitive player is going to come at my deck. So it just is what it is. Moving into the extra deck, I want to talk about the Cyberdark Dragon first. I'm only going to play 1 copy because, again, we've got a 6-card extra deck, so you don't got that much room. You will notice that this one does say must be fusion summoned. So this one cannot be special summoned. We cannot get this one out as a Waking the Dragon target, but the other 5 we may. If this one is special summoned, again, fusion summon is a special summon, target a dragon in your graveyard, equip that card to this card, gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped to it by this effect, gains 100 attack for each monster in your graveyard. If this card will be destroyed by battle, destroy the equipped monster instead. This is fine. This means we need to get a dragon in the discard pile, so most of the time we're just going to get a Cyberdark Cannon or Claw back. We're going to put that on here. This thing's going to be a 2600. Not that great. It's only 200 points stronger than when we play the base guys. But the difference is we have the skill card. And the skill card says we can get rid of the one that's on it. Again, triggering one of these effects from the cannon and the claw. And go ahead and absorb one of our opponent's monsters. And then that monster is going to give it stats. So again, if we've already teched into Dahlgren, we're golden. But there's another thing I need you guys to remember. Okay? I need you guys to remember Claw. I need you to read that second bottom effect again one more time. If a monster equipped with this card battles, send a monster from your extra deck to your graveyard, okay? That's important. That's very, very important, okay? I want you to reread the Cyberdark Dragon again. It says, focus, please. Do I have to say a morsel of focus every time I want some focus? I think I do. This says dragon monster, right? Doesn't say anything about levels anymore. The original 3 do. They want a level 3 or lower. So, for the first and last option that should be in your deck is the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon at 4,500, making the Cyberdark Dragon 5,500. And what's beautiful about this is, like, number one, we can play this off Waking the Dragon. We can have this next to him. If our opponent deals with the Blue Eyes and we play that, we equip the Blue Eyes back to it. It's going to be fine, guys. This is really cool. So that is that's our dragon from the extra deck. That's our play-in for that. And it doubles off for over here. Now, if you wanted to play multiple copies because you want to see if you could get one thrown from your deck to equip as well as one off Waking, substitute out one of the other cards in here. But the rest of them are a bunch of feel-good fusion monsters that do a lot of stuff. And like probably my option would probably be to take the Cyber End Dragon out and just make that a second Blue Eyes Ultimate. Again, I do like Cyberblader's effects. I do like Destiny and Dragoon with a little bit of spot destruction. Another thing that like I haven't mentioned in a while with Dragoon is like when you actually go through and you read this, okay? Once per turn, target a monster the opponent controls, destroy it, and if it was face up, inflict damage to the opponent equal to the attack it had on the field. That could be the kaiju we're playing, guys. Like you're just like, yeah, you don't really have a strong monster. You just got defense. I don't even want to see what it is. You know what? Dahlgren, Dragoon Pop, 3K. Jeez, that might already be game right there, guys. Like, Destiny and Dragoon and Dahlgren kind of go together like peanut butter and jelly. So, unless, of course, you're allergic to peanut butter, at which point it goes together like something else that goes together well. But, yeah, it's just, it's full of interaction. This deck is actually very fun. The Duelist who requested this, I do hope that this, like, met standard. I hope that you get some enjoyment out of this. You get to play this a while. And hopefully we'll get something in the new box, the new set, to update with that. Next week I'm going to be talking about it. I got the links and everything. I'm filming the video now, but like we'll be doing the video release next week, discussing the future of Speed Duel and probably this channel. So for now, guys, just enjoy this. You know, support the place, like, comment, sub. Enjoy your day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again on Monday. All right? Later.